Hello and welcome to this redstone tutorial with me, Jurassics. Today we have a really awesome contraption for your mushroom block needs. So this farm will average around 14,000 brown mushroom blocks and 1.3 thousand mushroom stems an hour. And it is a really cool design because it allows for the collection of all blocks rather than using TNT to blow up the ones that you don't need. So let me show you how this farm works. And as we enter, we have our brown mushroom block collection here. Then we have our bone meal input chest there. We've got our minecart which we sit in, and we place our brown mushroom on the podzol over there. We have our input for brown mushrooms here, and they will get fired up one at a time as we use them. And then we have our on off switch here, and then when this light turns on, it shuts the whole system down because our mushroom stems have been pushed over here, which has turned on our redstone signal. So let's have a quick look at this farm in action from the one I built on the Interrealm server. These are the blocks that you will need. Check out the description for those that you can swap for other blocks. So to start this farm, you will need some space below the entrance, up to 5 blocks in some places. Start with a 3x6 platform, and then opposite the entrance we're going to place a dropper with a hopper going into it. And then we're going to build a 2x3 platform to the side of that. Now count 4 blocks along, come down 4, and then out 1. Now remove the temporary blocks, place some redstone dust on top. Then we're going to go back and step up 1 with a redstone torch on top. And then at the front we're going to place a line of 3 with redstone dust on top. And then we're going to do a row of 11 stone bricks with redstone dust on top. Then come to the other side and come out 3 to the right, and then 2 to the back, step up 1, then leave a gap in the corner and come along 4 and place a block on top of the redstone torch. Now we're going to grab our redstone, put 1 on that step, then a redstone repeater, and then 3 redstone dust. Now grab your redstone torch, put it on top of that block, your redstone repeaters on either side of that row of 4 with redstone dust in the middle, redstone dust on top of that step, place a block. Then we're going to have a temporary block and then another block going into a line of 4. Then we're going to swing around to the platform, 3, and then back towards the front, another 3, and then we're going to put 3 blocks around like so. Now grab a redstone lamp and place that above the redstone torch. Then place a stone brick above the repeater with a podzol behind it. And then we're going to get a powered rail, place that on the dropper, a normal rail, and then 2 powered rails going backwards. Place a barrel on top of the hopper. Now we'll place a redstone dust on the top of that step, then a stone brick, 4 bits of redstone dust leading to the back, and then 1 to the left. Grab our redstone repeater, then place 1 redstone dust into a comparator, and then having that go into a comparator set to subtract mode, and then fill the rest of the platform with redstone dust, and then we'll place a stone brick just to the corner of the barrel. Then we're going to come out 9 blocks from the side of that powered rail. Then we're going to come into and come all the way to the front of the platform where you would enter, and just before the last one we'll place a sea lantern. This can be any type of light block, and then we're going to come to the left to form a big platform with sea lanterns in the corners, and this will be for our mushroom stem block storage. We're also going to just leave that 2 block gap there, and we'll come back to that in just a moment. Fill in the rest of the space with blocks. Now at the back we're going to come out 4 blocks, place a sea lantern, another block, and then fill that in there. And then we're going to come all the way over to the other side, join that up with the rest of the platform, place a sea lantern in the corner, and then fill this in. Now we're going to place our stone steps along here just so we can get easy access to this platform. And then we're going to start on the override switch, so we'll place a solid block there, then a furnace or non-movable block there with a redstone torch on it, and then a repeater heading off the platform. This will go into a sticky piston facing down with a slime block and then a block of redstone, and this will turn the system off once all the mushroom stems have filled the platform. Place a temporary block and come out 1. Place another temporary block and go up 1. Place a redstone dust on both of those, and then this one will go into a dispenser facing towards the podzol. Then we'll place a temporary block there and then a piston facing towards the podzol. Then grab your stone bricks and do a L shape. Then we're going to grab our hoppers, place it facing into the dispenser, come along 4 and then 3, and then we'll place a double chest on the side with a hopper going into the back. Then we're going to place a temporary block and make a 2x4 platform. Then coming towards the front we're going to place 4 blocks. Towards the back we're going to do a 5x2 platform, so it looks like that. Then we're going to come down and place a temporary block on top of that, place a block there, and then our redstone lamp with a lever on it, another temporary block, and then place a block there. Grab our redstone dust, place 1 on top of that step, 2 at the front, and then comparators facing opposite directions going into 3 bits of redstone dust. Now grab repeaters, setting them on 4 ticks except for that last one there, then 2 redstone dust, and then repeaters all on 4 ticks all the way along. And then we're going to place a redstone dust on that last block. Then we're going to step it up 1. Now we're going to place another double chest on top of that one, a barrel to the side of that, a hopper going into the back of our double chest, some composters along that row, a piston on top of our previous one with a repeater set to 2 ticks, and then 2 redstone dust. Now place 4 blocks along and then 1 on top of the dispenser. Then we're going to come out 2 blocks and place a chest on top. Then we're going to place a double chest on our previous ones with a hopper going into the back of it, Now grab an observer and place it facing down above that redstone dust. Then place one redstone dust and then place two repeaters facing towards the front, one on 4 ticks. Then place a block, then a comparator. Then we're going to come down here behind the redstone lamp, place a redstone dust, and then place one on top of that step. Place a temporary block and come up one more block. Then we're going to place 2 pistons above the previous 2. Then place an observer pointing into the previous one with an observer then pointing into the pistons. Then come out 3 blocks from the observer and then come out and form a 7 by 3 platform. Then come over to the far right, place another temporary block with a block on top, then place redstone dust there. Now we're going to grab our hoppers, go one up above the input to the chest, and then we're going to snake it like so, and then come out to form a 3 by 7 platform like so. Then on this side we're going to come up a step, place a redstone dust, and then come out 8 blocks, and then place sticky pistons on the side of the blocks. Now grab your observers and place 2 on top of the sticky pistons facing up and away with a line of redstone dust at the back. Then we're going to place a temporary block there so we can have a 2 by 7 platform of observers facing downwards. Then we're going to place 7 sticky pistons, and then in front of those another 7 regular pistons, and then we're going to grab 14 observers and place them pointing out towards us. Then we're going to place a temporary block and form a wall on either side of our brown mushroom block collection area with a glass block at the front. On top of that hopper we're going to place a composter, and then on top of all of these faces of observers we're going to place repeaters. And then on top of the output of those observers we're going to place redstone dust, and then we're going to bring up the walls once again with stone bricks and glass at the front. Now down by the rails we're going to come up 1 block, up again with a redstone block, and then up 2 more times, placing powered rails on top of all of those. And then we're going to place stone bricks all the way up here to the side. Then we're going to come out so that it's a 3 by 2 wall, and then come out 1, come out 1 again, and then we're going to run blocks all the way along the front with a redstone block in the middle of where the hoppers are. Then we're going to come 1 extra past the glass block and then return all the way until we get to the glass block once again, like so. And then a powered rail, 2 regular rails, powered rails all the way along to the second to last block, normal rails, and then powered rails back. And this is our minecart system for harvesting the brown mushroom blocks. And we can place our minecart there. Now we need to set up our piston conveyor, so we come to this redstone dust here and then come out 4 with a block on top, and those are temporary blocks we can get rid of. Then we'll place a redstone dust on that block, come up one with a temporary block, glass block, target block, and then a regular piston with a observer facing into the redstone dust. Then place a wall in front of the face of the observer. Then place a regular piston, glass block, and then we're going to cover the glass blocks and the regular block with redstone dust. Another 2 pistons, another 2 bits of glass with redstone dust on top. Now we're going to come to the main mushroom stem storage section. At the back here, we're going to place 2 blocks at the end with a redstone dust observer facing into the redstone dust and a wall in front of that. And now we're going to grab our regular pistons and make a 4x7 wall of pistons. Then place a observer facing into the redstone dust with a line of blocks along the back, all with redstone dust on and the observer. Then grab the other observer, place that facing into that one, another row of blocks and redstone dust. And we missed a block here, so come just behind the podzol and we just need to put a step up there. And then we're going to come up here to the repeaters on top and put all of them on 2 ticks. And you may also need to remove the pistons if they've been pushed out so that they're in line with those stone bricks. They should be 1 block back. Now in the chest above the minecart, we're going to place some blocks. It can be any amount and any, so if you've got some leftover building materials, throw them in there. And then I also like to keep a handful of brown mushrooms in there. Then we need to put in some bone meal into the system to get it started. Then we place all of our brown mushrooms in the barrel so that they can be dispensed into our hand and restocking our brown mushrooms. And we'll just jump into survival. Let's turn this thing on. There we go. Our first mushroom has grown and we have to harvest as quickly as possible. So if you're finding you still have some brown mushroom blocks still at the top, either you need to aim it more centrally, or you need to get an axe with better efficiency, or you need to check your redstone repeaters have been set up correctly with the right number of ticks. And there we go. And we can keep going until the system turns off, or until you've harvested enough brown mushroom blocks. And then with the mushroom stems, when you first run the system, there'll be an additional block there, which allows the clock to work on the first few cycles. And then we can harvest these mushroom stems, but you don't really want to go much further back than the platform, because if you remove that block, it will just seem like the machine is broken. So just harvest what is on the platform. And that is the farm complete, and I hope this helps you in your Minecraft world, and I'd really appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.